and welcome to Inside Outlook. I'm Jeff Havers, Superintendent of Pemberton Township Schools. This year, one of our priorities was to decrease chronic absenteeism in our schools. Chronic absenteeism is defined as missing 10% or more of the total enrolled school days. In our school district, that means if a student is absent 18 or more days during a school year, they are considered chronically absent. In an effort to reduce chronic absenteeism, we have put a number of supports in place to help students increase school attendance. And I'm pleased to report that we have already seen an improvement in attendance this year. As you can see on your screen, last year our district had a 32.3% rate of chronic absenteeism as of December 31st. And this year, our rate has dropped to 27.1%. While we are encouraged to see more students come to school regularly, we are not yet where we want to be, and will continue to be working on lowering the number of chronically absent students. Students must be in school to learn, and one of the most important skills a student must be present to learn is reading. Joining me today to talk about the importance of reading are Mrs. Blue, principal of Stackhouse Elementary School, and Mr. Eyler, principal of Helen Middle School. Welcome.
Thank you.
Mrs. Blue, I'll start with you. Stackhouse has seen a significant decrease in chronic absenteeism this year. As a school serving kindergarten through second grade, how important is that?
We first are very thrilled that our numbers have gone down in chronic absenteeism, and we have more students attending school on a consistent basis. Because we are one of the first schools that the students attend, we find it really important that they learn the pattern of coming to school on a daily basis and being consistent.
Excellent. These are the formative years for our students, and they're also learning how to read. Tell us why learning to read is so important.
Learning to read is a fundamental skill that they're going to need in all subjects throughout all of their educational career. So it is very important that they learn it at an early age and feel confident so that when they are reading textbooks, assignments, that they are able to read it independently.
Now, Mrs. Blue, do you see a difference between students who attend regularly and their reading ability and those who do not attend regularly and their reading ability?
Yes, we've actually tracked data that some of our students who are in second grade who were chronically absent in kindergarten and first grade are below grade level in reading. The teachers spend time whole class teaching reading lessons. They spend small group reading lessons with the students at their reading level, and then there's independent reading time. So any day that a student misses, they have a large amount of reading instruction that they're missing.
Right, so they need to come to school and we need to learn how to read.
Yes.
Thank you, Mrs. Blue.
You're welcome.
We know that laying the groundwork for reading comes in the early years, but reading must continue throughout school and throughout life. Mr. Eyler, tell us why reading is so important in middle school.
Reading is a critical skill throughout middle school years and, as you alluded to, high school and beyond. It is an important piece because it is the foundation of what we do on a daily basis in everyday life. And similar to what Mrs. Blue said, excuse me, it's very much like compounding interest. The earlier that students are exposed to more words, the more words that they are exposed to in the long term, similar to putting money in a bank account. It just continues to compound, and research suggests that second grade is actually the most critical year for students to leave on grade level. And then after that, it's a matter of going into not just deciphering what words are and what they mean, but comprehension, synthesis, these higher level skills. If students don't attend school regularly and read consistently, then they never have a chance to get to those higher order skills that are really important in a college and career workforce.
Yeah. So what are some of the challenges middle school students have if they are not reading at grade level and competent readers?
One of the biggest connections, because they are two very high profile pieces, is students who are not reading on grade level or not seeing success with reading typically also have a struggle with math. Once you get higher levels of math, there are more word problems, it takes decoding, and even moving into science and social studies, some of the documents that students will read in social studies are rather complex. And they can't just walk into a social studies classroom and start deciphering these documents. The same way that no one can just start picking up a law paper and reading it because it's a completely different set of vocabulary. So if they don't come in to middle school reading on grade level, it makes it very difficult for them in all aspects of schooling and in life, not only in the building, but outside of the building as well.
Thank you both very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
A few notes before I go. The next Board of Education action meeting will be Thursday, January 25th at 6:30 p.m. The meeting will take place in the Pemberton Township High School auditorium. Monday, January 29th is a staff in-service day and there is no school for students. That's our show for today. Thanks for joining us and I look forward to seeing you next time on Inside Outlook.